Hello everyone, I am Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Persona 4 Arena Part 29. In the previous video, we continued with Labrys' storyline and things got pretty emotional, but now we've got a pretty good idea of what happened. We still have a few lingering questions about what drove Labrys to Inaba, and now we're going to continue onward. When I open my eyes, I'm staring at a wood grain board. It's the surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed against my forehead while I was asleep, and the texture left a mark. See, like, this is kind of where I thought Labrys' storyline would start, and if it had done that, it would have been fine, but actually taking like 3 hours to give her a really good, like, detailed backstory was a very, very good decision. Man, I hope no one sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. According to the clock on the wall, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing written on the blackboard is 5/1/2012-2. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple days ago. I have to keep in touch with what the people who voted for me want in a leader. Things with the student council will get pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. I stand up and open the door in the back of the class. When I enter the hallway, there's no one around. I check inside the classrooms as I go, but I still don't see anyone.
Where the heck is everyone?
Oh man, things actually look kind of normal. It's weird, the whole school is usually radder in this place after class, or than this after classes. I should hear people talking and laughing in classrooms and teachers yelling at them to quiet down. Where's all the bustle and the students and everyone getting ready for their after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down the way I just came.
There they are.
There's some students in the hallway. Some of them are chatting and others are coming out of the classrooms. A few of them run past me carrying their bags. Yeah, this is more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
Hey, no running in the hallway.
The student gives an apologetic smile, but he just waves to me as he zooms down the stairs.
Jeez, you'll put your eye out if you don't look where you're going. Oh well, I just gotta clamp down on him more from now on.
I put my hands on my hips and
Hey there, Miss
sigh.
President.
Are you off to the student council room? How fun!
You're always so excited about that.
Bye, Miss President. See you next Monday.
Everyone walking, but it said it was Tuesday. What about all the other days of school? Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back to them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me, but ever since I got elected student council president, all the students seem to know who I am. The job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know that I'm up for it. I'm gonna be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad I ran for student council president.
Yeah, I did the right thing. I did.
I head to the student council room. Time flies by as I go over my agenda. Before I know it, there's red light pouring in from the west window. It's already sundown.
Guess that's enough for today.
There's no one else left in the student council room. I had the others go home before it got too late. But when I said that if they pushed themselves too much at the start, they'd burn out quick, they just laughed and said, "Same goes for you." I leave the student council room and lock it up. As I go down the hall to return the key, I see a strange woman at the far end of the hallway. She's not wearing our school's uniform. She's got on an odd hat, some gloves, and a one-piece dress. They're all the same deep blue color. Underneath one arm is holding an old-looking book. Oh gosh, she's gonna put me in the damn book, man. I can't see her face with her back towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my attention. Her hair is this radiant silver, like if pearls were stretched out into strands.
Who in the world is that?
Maybe it's the clothes, but she gives off this strong presence. I get a little uneasy looking at her. I'm not tiptoeing or anything, but she doesn't turn around until I'm about 2 meters away. When she finally does, though, I gasp a little. Her features are so perfect that she's like a sculpture.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school? Are you sure this is how things should be? Huh?
I don't understand what she's getting at. But for some reason, the question throws me.
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering. I am in no position to give advice, but, this place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future. My life?
What she just said sounded pretty scary. You may have some screws loose, but something is whispering to me deep in my heart, asking me, doesn't she have a point? Aren't you looking away from something important?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I was waiting here to give you one last chance.
Oh god, just don't put me in the book, alright lady? Anything but that. The lady opens the oh god, the thick book she's holding. I don't know how it's doing that, but light streams from the book. It gets stronger and stronger until I have to shield my eyes. The blinding light finally begins to fade a little. I slowly open my eyes. The first thing I see should have been my arm, but what I see instead is one made of metal.
Huh? What is this?
I can't believe this awkward metal arm is mine. It's like metal plates are completely covering it. I start tugging at them to try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
It's not just my arms, my legs have changed too. Why are my arms and legs mechanical? My whole body even. I stare at my hands in confusion. These are my hands, alright. Part of me knows that, and I shake my head. What am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not. My head hurts. What is this?
I will be your opponent for a short while. During that time, why not think back about who you are? Huh? My opponent?
The lady takes a slightly defensive stance.
And away we go.
Oh, but don't put me in the dang book, man. Oh god, I forgot there's actually gameplay in this game occasionally. Oh no. I was just vibing, man. Didn't it say her persona name is different? Wasn't it like Mini Taros or something? Originally? Oh god, she instantly put me in the damn book. Oh god, I have no clue how to play this game. The last like few sessions have just been Labrys stuff. Okay, so we just have like our basic. She put me in the damn book, man. Because it seems like the way that attack works is if you hit her while she's doing it, it like
From this moment forward, I will give it
it like counters you.
Your fate is in the car. Here is some freezing.
Oh god. Oh god. I've been.
Your fate is in the corner.
I can't like get close.
Huh? Oh no. Huh? Thanatos.
Oh god. No. Just not in the book. Just not in the book.
Oh no. Well done.
I somehow managed to beat the lady in blue who attacked me. How did I win? How did I use these metal arms and legs like it was second nature? I don't understand. Lady in blue stands before me exactly like she was when I first saw her. She's not even breathing hard.
Well done. But I'm sure you realize now, you are not human. There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living. Whether it's worth losing that or not, I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
I repeat that to myself. It seems important somehow.
Now, it seems the tumult of trials is about to begin. In which case, I bid you good luck.
The thick book in her hand closes with a loud thud. Strangely, that ordinary sound lingers in my mind. When I come back to my senses, there's no one here anymore. I take a nervous look at my arms and legs.
Nothing seems different about me.
There's no metal in my limbs now. Just ordinary skin and bones.
What the heck was that? A dream?
Yeah, what was that? Would daydream be the word for what just happened? I can't sort out my thoughts, so I think to myself, I can't let it get to me, just let it go. But some things I can't dismiss that easily. You are not human. You have an important promise which must have been your reason for living.
She said, I'm forgetting something? That I need to remember?
My head's hurting again. Pain brings back another memory. It's just for a second and I can't quite catch it. I saw blue skies in the ocean and someone else was there, maybe a white dog too, I don't know. I think there was a lot more to it, but the last voice I heard stays with me.
I mean, we're loved after all.
When I come to, my hands are balled into fists. That's when I make a decision. That promise, that reason for living, I have to hang on to it. I didn't hear them until now, but there are strange voices everywhere in the school building. Is this the tumult of trials that Lady in Blue mentioned? Is that really going to be a
I
thing?
can't just leave this be. I'm the dang student council president.
As student council president, I have to find out what's going on in my school. I need to make sure the students aren't getting involved in anything dangerous. I start running towards the first floor. Is that our actual ending for Labrys? We finally cleared one? No, I didn't read what it said. It said something about Teddy, Kanji's, and something else's could be continued. I'll be honest, I really should have read that more clearly. Here's what we do. Because I want to start, like, I want to revisit the ones that we did, not last, but the ones that have been the longest since we originally did them. And I don't know if it said the main, like, YouTube. But I know it said Kanji and Teddy. So what I could do is I can pause the video and check the recording real quick. Or, stop the video and check it real quick. So I'm going to do that. Just to decide which one we're going to continue on. So, be right back. Alright, so it was all Persona 4 characters except Naoto we could continue on. Now, I don't really know how that works. Because, like, if you start, can you start from the continue point? Like... There we go. Okay, so there is. I was gonna say they wouldn't be that dumb to not have what you call it, a continue from. So I guess we'll do main characters. Since it's been the longest since we've done it, and considering that Naoto's and Persona 3 characters haven't been unlocked, it's not like we're gonna accidentally. Cause I don't really know how the ending works. I assume there's probably like you do all the storylines and there's like a true ending type situation, but I don't want to like accidentally get the true ending and then be stuck, like, because I want to do all the storylines regardless, which I don't think will be an issue, but like you don't want to actually like in the game, so to speak, or in the story, and then you're like going back and just seeing like the alternate perspectives for it, because I don't really know how that's going to play out.
Lion, this isn't real. I'm not a machine. You're not me.
Oh god, the words of power. She's denied the truth of the Shadow's creation. With this, the Shadow's face twists with an evil rapture. Or I don't know what the hell's going on in this story. I mean, it's just kind of like a more standard version of all the other stories, right? It's just, you know, you go in.
Finally! You finally said it!
Because I can't remember how this one ends.
Be myself!
Doesn't someone like bust through the wall? Is this the one where Igus busts through the wall? Or is it just that Labrys transforms and then it ends? I can't remember. Okay, so this is the one we saw in Teddy's, right?
Yes! The power!
We can watch this one. We've seen it already, but it's pretty short, right? This is just this of the summoning. I can't remember what it's called. It was like Minotauros or something. I hope I could save her before she got to this point. But that might have been impossible anyway. It's difficult enough to confront the truth, and in her case it was accompanied by revealing the true form she'd been so desperate to hide. She's a machine, and she was forced to perform painful acts that most likely no one could ever comprehend. The truth she was avoiding wasn't just part of her personality, but her actual body itself. I can't imagine the shock she's experiencing. But now that the reality she built for herself has crumbled, I want to help her. She may be a machine, but she has a heart. Labrys has denied her past, in which she was forced to fight and kill her friends, and her pain comes out in a long, echoing scream. What has to be done to a heart to cause such terrible screams? There's only one thing that we can do. I don't know, I feel like these kind of mean the same thing. We'll say the second one. I don't know, man. Okay, so I didn't really think I had to save these, like, bookmarks to reload the cliffhanger, but I was a little worried that it might be janky like that, so we can save over stuff now. Okay. Oh god. Shut up. No. So it's not. I think it was just that I have no clue how to play this. What do you do here again?
Over here. Closing in. What?
Oh god, we've been blasted. Put damn static on the TV screen.
Over here.
Your knees? They still belong to me? Did you say dumbass? My video? You're gonna get it demonetized. Because, as you know, I never curse. So. And I do wonder if that decision is just for flavor, or if if it actually has any impact. The power that Labrys' shadow had gathered dissipates. It's over. Well, that was anticlimactic. All that's left is for Labrys to accept the darkness within her. But will she truly be able to do it? Turn around, but Labrys hasn't moved a muscle. She had been avoiding having to watch the battle just now as well. I'd avoid watching it too, if I was anyone. What more can I do for her? The moment I call to her...
There they are! Yukin! Labrys! Sister, Narukami-san.
She and Iga-san. Wait, did we meet Iga? Because I'm trying to remember. The main character storyline, you like... Yeah, because you fight Igus, and then you fight Elizabeth? Or no, you fight Elizabeth, and then you fight Igus, right? And then you come to the announcement room? Because I was like, I didn't remember them meeting Igus at all, but apparently they did. Yukiko and Yosuke are right behind them. And there are even more surprises.
Man, as soon as that invisible wall thing disappeared, I knew you did it!
We ran into Iga-san along the way. She told us about Labrys and everything.
Man, they're fast. They got up here so damn quick. We like just won.
A little late, wasn't it? If someone told me what was going on from the start, I would have...
You fell into the TV when you were half asleep. For crying out loud, you really know how to blow it when it counts.
A man just said fur crying.
Hey, what you going to tell them for?
I don't think this is the time for that.
No, it's always the time for it.
Huh? Naoto? Yeah, we were surprised too. The job she was on turned out to be related to all this.
What a coinky dink. Kanji, who had been missing before we went inside the TV, and the real Teddy are here. There's even Naoto, who wasn't supposed to have been able to come to Inaba. It looks like the whole investigation team's been brought back together, and I didn't know it. The whole damn squad's here. Everyone says that Rise had told them pretty much what had been going on. Their smiles are encouraging. I turned to speak to Labrys, who had been silent all this time.
These are my friends. We've all faced our weaknesses at one time or another.
Labrys finally responds.
Your weaknesses. You've all faced your shadows?
Everyone gathers around Labrys. Labrys tries to shirk away nervously, but Rise is behind her and won't let her retreat.
Sheesh, enough doom and gloom. If you don't hurry and accept her, she'll get all lonely.
Yeah, and then come back even stronger or something.
I'm a weapon who didn't want to fight. And I dragged you all into this.
You're still hung up on that? It's over already, dummy.
Your jumping skills were amazing, but you're surprisingly sensitive, aren't you?
Why are you gonna talk about her jumping skills?
What does that have to do with her jumping skills?
You're really cute, Labby-chan. You're so meta-luring.
Alright, Teddy, you're banned.
Are you all listening to me? Labrys needs to face her shadow now, and...
This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things, and we're completely off topic. Of course, that's not unusual with all of us. I have to laugh, and I apologize to Labrys that things didn't quite wrap up as I'd hoped. Labrys looks back at me with a blank expression. Can't you tell that we're not treating her any differently? I turn towards Aiga-san, and she meets my gaze. She nods silently, then stands before Labrys. She seems slightly nervous.
Nice to meet you, Labrys. Or rather, sister. I am Aegis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I am your successor.
Labrys jerks up and looks at Aiga-san. At the same instant, Yukiko gasps in surprise.
What? Excuse me, but are you also...
Yes, I too am a robot.
Really? You couldn't figure that out, Yukiko?
It just occurred to you now?
I mean, the arms are kind of a bit of a giveaway, but weren't you, or the shoulders? Weren't you with her all this time, Yukiko? How did you not notice something like that? That is so like you. Once again, everyone looks towards Aiga-san and Labrys, the non-human sisters. Now that I see them standing together, there is something like a family resemblance. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. If Labrys is Aiga-san's older sister, then should I be calling her Labrys-san? Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
My mission to retrieve you has brought me here. My colleagues are waiting for you.
Are they gonna lock me up again? Well, considering all I did, of course they will.
Labrys' expression darkens. I hadn't thought about it, but if Labrys and Aiga-san are treated as weapons, it's no surprise that there would be measures to keep them in check. But Labrys shouldn't have to just accept it. If she truly is going to be locked up, I make up my mind and wait for what Aiga-san has to say next, but she smiles.
We can discuss that later. Right now, there is an important task you must carry out.
I mean, that was not a no. I feel like, hey, are you gonna lock me up in prison? I want a yes or no answer there. I don't want, we'll talk about it later after you help us do our thing.
I gotta do this, huh?
Aiga-san quietly points at the shadow that has remained still while we've been talking. Labrys looks at the shadow and then turns away and casts her gaze down at the ground again. I see, so now I'm going to have to act.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
I indicate my friends that have gathered around her. I've been forced to fight against my friends just as Labrys had in the past. But I have been able to endure the suffering that Labrys had not. Of course, I hadn't been forced to fight to the death. Yeah, that's the biggest issue. But the biggest difference between Labrys and me is that I wasn't alone. What if I had been all alone in this place? What if everyone else had forgotten about me and I had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurt. Labrys had been forced to endure that pain. She must have thought that there was no escaping it. But she'll be alright now. are not going to reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Labrys slowly looks around at all the faces, searching each one for confirmation. Finally, she turns back to me and nods. Labrys then walks over to face her shadow. When she walks, she no longer seems to be bound by her fear. She then looks down at herself. She looks at the mechanical body that she had convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right. You're me.
Labrys and her shadow turn to face one another and stare into each other's eyes. She can't avoid looking at the shadow now.
You're the way I was on the inside, screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say. You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
Okay, kind of ominous sounds here.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this
Okay.
time. I was the one who left you all alone.
Music's got a good tone to it.
No. You are me, after all. This is my persona.
Labrys accepted the existence of her shadow and obtained a persona. It's finally over. We take Labrys with us and follow Teddy and Rise to the school's rooftop. They say it's connected to the TV in Juness. The invisible walls are all gone. Perhaps there were walls like that, wherever she came from, and she drew on that in making this place. And I have a feeling she's truly been freed from those walls now. As in confirmation, Labrys is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. When we reach the rooftop, we're surprised to see that the TV world has regained the studio-like appearance that we were accustomed to. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san! Akihiko-san!
These people have overwhelmingly intense presences, but thankfully they don't seem to be enemies. The moment we see them, we tense up, and after Aiga-san calls out in recognition, we learn that they are her friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labrys' handler.
Bodysuit like something out of a movie with a fur coat on top. It's a look that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds me of something. I mean, I feel like it works for her. And maybe not too many other people. The Kirijo group, and if she has the same name, she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Labrys and Aiga-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
AKA Half-Naked Cape Man. The man with the red cape appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aiga-san. He must have been helping them fight shadows for some time. Is there some reason why people in shadow extermination squads have to dress like crazy people?
So, what's going to happen to Labrys now?
I do like at least that they get dunked on for dressing like weirdos. You know? So we're gonna let them dress weird, but we are also gonna make fun of it, which is I enjoy, right? Because I don't really mind like kind of wacky character designs like that, but I do think they deserve to be occasionally like poked fun at. Before we fully introduced ourselves, Yosuke asked Mitsuru-san what I've been wondering myself. I know all of us must have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. What did he actually say? Oh, what's gonna happen to Labrys? Even Yosuke seems to have realized how out of line his question is, and he shirks back sheepishly as if regretting having asked the question. I know why Yosuke's worried, but why does he keep stepping on landmines like this? Well, if he's already stepped on it, we may as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
They were thinking? Did something change their minds? Mitsuru-san turns to Labrys. There's a smile on her face, but is she smiling for the reason we hope she is?
But our report from Aigis says that thanks to you, Labrys has acquired a persona. She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart. We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Yeah, we're just gonna make them fight to the death against shadows. It's totally different and legal, we promise.
Yeah, we did it!
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
My friends were in excitement. Plus, I mean, even if they said they were, we could just beat them up. We got the numbers, man. Labrys looks around at us, bewildered before saying anything. Even though we've only known her for a very short time, we've already come to accept her as our friend. Mitsuru-san's words come as a great relief, as if I've been worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys. Let me say
But
thanks.
once again, we got the numbers, man. We could beat them up. He speaks without any hint of concern, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko-san's eyes. He certainly looks, how can I put it, bold. He must be an honest and upright person. I guess I could call him stoic. There is a distinct brusqueness to him. There is no way that people so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys' heart. It seems that Labrys can't believe everything she's hearing. She turns from Akihiko-san back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No fooling?
We only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old. Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
Yeah, but what about all the other shadow weapons that are presumably been sealed away as, like, all the old ones that maybe didn't awaken, but they have the capability to? Seems kind of bad. I don't know. Labrys looks stunned for a moment, then scrunches up her face as if about to cry, but then her face lights up with a brilliant smile. Who would think that anyone capable of making these expressions was just a machine? I found myself almost moved to tears as well. We're just about to leap forward to congratulate Labrys once again when... Okay. Kind of felt like there had to be, you know, some sort of tie into the rest of the plot. Labrys' head droops suddenly like a puppet whose strings have been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what the matter is when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize that this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly, a bizarre voice emanates from Labrys.
It's not over yet.
That isn't Labrys' voice. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to a realization.
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
Everyone, step away from Labrys!
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san rapidly shout instructions to us. We all spread out and watch Labrys from a distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
Outside the TV, that's right. I curse at myself for having forgotten what was supposed to have been the cause of all this. All this was going on because Labrys had somehow been placed into a TV. So there has to be someone outside who threw her in here. The same person who stole Labrys from the Kirijo group, then threw her into a TV, is now taking direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
The nonchalant voice fills with malice. The dazed look in her eyes, Labrys looks up and dashes forward. She's fast. I barely dodge her axe in time, surprised to look up at Labrys once more. Her eyes are blank, as if she wasn't looking at anything. Those eyes were once filled with the strength of responsibility and an awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over a painful past. And she had smiled when she had found real friendship for the first time in her life. Whoever's controlling her has stolen all these things from Labrys. Then, I don't know, I feel like these both mean the exact same thing. We'll fucking save her, man.
We'll save her no matter what you try.
Yeah. I don't know if those are just there for flavor, just because, like, as like an homage to original Persona 4, if those actually matter in the slightest. Because I think only the main character gets those like little flavor dialogue options. So I assume those are just there for, well, you know, flavor. And we fight again. Okay, so your Persona name did change, right? Because it was like Arsterios or something, which I think is... I can't remember. It's associated with the Minotaur. You're like supposed to be like the Minotaur's name or something in the myth? I can't remember. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I'm getting freaking blasted.
Damn.
Stop spawning stuff behind me, lady.
Over here.
Oh god. Oh god.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough.
But like, it's like a 9v1 potentially.
Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Labrys has stopped moving. The only sound is the smug voice that continues to come from her. Those heartless words cause anger to boil up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Labrys isn't a tool. If you want to fight, then come out and fight!
You're quite passionate. You, Narukami, was it?
This person, whoever he is, he knows about me? Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
Enough is enough. I've never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever's controlling Labrys. I mean, it kind of sounds like it may be associated with the old Karijo group, possibly.
This time, so your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labrys immediately slumps to her knees. Before I can even begin to move, Aiga-san is already at Labrys' side to support her. Aiga-san looks at me and nods, confirming that Labrys is alright. Thank goodness. Labrys is okay. Still a bit of my strength drained from me. Still, the sword in my hand feels awfully heavy. Mitsuru-san speaks up from behind me, even as I consider this.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you.
But like, in this storyline, you like just sat there and let the main character fight both times. I mean, technically the first time you couldn't have done anything, but the second time everyone just stood around while he fought. Like, it seems a little weird to be like it's too dangerous, but also you have to acknowledge that the main character in this storyline is the one who fought their way to the announcement room.
We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
My friends bristle at Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far, and we already knew about the dangers. There's so much I want to say, but I can understand why they'd want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san.
Bro, that's dumb.
We should let them handle this.
You're an idiot. My friends respond with looks of shock. Of course they don't agree. But now's not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. I don't know, man. Fucking Kanji! Actually, it's probably Yosuke, but... stared directly into Kanji's eyes for a moment, hoping that he understands my intentions here. But Kanji blushes and looks away. Come on, Kanji, get with the program. Hey, wait, what did you think I meant? I turned toward Yosuke instead. Okay, that was the correct decision in hindsight. I mean, I stand by my decision to pick Kanji over Yosuke, even though Yosuke is the more logical sense, because, you know, there's like a fucking connection there. I fixed Yosuke with a stern gaze, hoping he'll succeed where Kanji failed. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
That was not convincing at all, Yosuke. Smooth, Yosuke. Oh well. I sneak a glance towards Mitsuru-san and the others to see if they've picked up on this, but none of them appear to have noticed. Maybe they're just pretending not to notice? Well, in any case, it means we've been let go for now. I sigh with relief before urging everyone into the exit TV. But like, we're just saying this, right? We're gonna like fucking sneak out and do our thing, right? When I return to the real world, exhaustion from the events of the day catch up to me. I'm more tired than I expected. And again, I have been fighting all this time. Can't be helped. Everyone else seems tired too, so we decided to go our separate ways for the day. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'll still be a while for this case is completely closed, but I think we can assume that the disturbance has been settled for now. I worry about the mastermind that had taken control of Labrys, but I need to rest for now. When I get back home, Nanako greets me with a bright smile. The moment I see that, all the exhaustion of the day hits me, along with a profound sense of relief. I can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit by that, but that doesn't bother me at all. It was something I wanted to do in my room, but I hadn't even been there for an hour and my awareness melts into the darkness. I wake up to my phone ringing. According to the call, we're supposed to meet up at the outskirts of the shopping district at the crossroads in front of a gas station. When I arrived, a gas station, you say? The other members of the investigation team had already shown up. Surprisingly, the one who called us was Labrys. She wanted us to come so that she could say her farewells to us.
Woo, is that it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh man, it's so long. What the heck kind of car is that?
Oh
It
no.
doesn't even turn corners.
A long limousine drives up to a surprising speed. It's so long that I can't believe that it was able to handle the country roads of Inaba. I don't think I'll ever see another automobile like this in my life. I mean, it's not, I mean, come on. I mean, it's like impressive, but like, never in your life? I mean, maybe you, I'm not saying you have to own one, but just seeing one doesn't seem like that crazy. The limo slows to a stop and smoothly parks beside us. Mitsuru-san climbs out of the back seat and nods to us. Labrys and Akihiko-san are in the back seat as well.
You're looking good, Labrys.
Sorry I made you come here all of a sudden, but there was something I really wanted to tell you guys.
When I look at her, Labrys smiles and looks embarrassed. He takes a moment to look around at all of us, then continues.
I decided to work with Mitsuru-san.
I feel like it's negotiated, like, I feel like it's coerced labor, basically. It's like, hey, why don't you help us fight these shadows? And if not, I mean, we're not gonna lock you up in the chest, but like, if you don't have a use to us, we might have to lock you up in the chest.
I want to catch the darn culprit. Not only that, but, you know how you guys had my back during this whole mess? Yeah. This time, I want to get yours.
You go and do that.
I mean, it does seem like really odd to ignore the Persona 4 crew, considering that it very much seemed like they were picked for a reason, you know? I can't help but smile at the conviction and trust in her words. Labrys has faced her weakness and accepted it, and she's about to begin walking towards the goal she found on her own. That's why I don't see any reason to stop her. It'll be sad to see her go, but this decision is one Labrys made for herself.
This definitely ain't the last you've seen of me. When I come back, we'll hang out some, okay?
I'll be waiting, and so will everyone else.
Come back soon.
To lose such a rare beauty again. It's so tragic.
That's what you're sad about?
Well, yeah, he's Teddy. Everyone has their own response to Labrys' news. But one thing's for sure, we'll be waiting for her. There's no lie behind that sentiment. Oh, but Kanji and Naoto just get ignored. After all, she is our friend. And Tsuyu-san tells Labrys that it's time, and they get back into the limo. Labrys looks me right into my eye. It seems as if she might cry at any second, but is resolved not to. She smiles.
You guys are the best. I'm glad it was you who were there when I woke up.
Well, see ya!
Man and machine. I wonder if there's truly a difference between them anymore. That thought comes to me as we wave our final goodbyes to Labrys. The limo demonstrates impressive agility as it speeds off down the narrow rural roads.
Aw, she's really
Oh yeah, you
gone.
also got ignored.
Seriously. Wish she could have stayed a little longer.
I would have liked that myself, but they have their own tasks that must be done.
Yosuke and I share a glance after Naoto says that. Their own tasks, huh? Not just theirs. We smile at each other. Ever since I answered Mitsuru-san's proposal inside the TV, I've had my mind made up. Okay, so it was just their pretending. Yosuke already knows how I think. Then again, that conversation wasn't very long ago. It had only been this morning. I mean, it doesn't really seem like in their character at all to ignore it. I don't know how she found my number, but after Labrys' phone call earlier, I decided to cook breakfast for Nanako and my uncle. Nanako hears me making noise in the kitchen and stands next to me, excited.
I'll help too!
I panic for a moment when Nanako reaches for the other cutting board and a knife. I consider stopping her, then decide not to.
If you're gonna use the knife, be careful, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself.
She knows what she's doing.
I'm always careful when I cook with you.
Does that mean you're not careful when you cook alone, which is actually more dangerous? Nanako picks up a cucumber from the counter and begins slicing it diagonally. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady, but all I do is caution her about how to hold the knife, and then I watch her work without intervening. She doesn't have to become a master all at once. All it takes is constant progress, little by little. The same can be said for me or anybody. Even though things may hurt us and we may want to give up, we just have to keep trying, as many times as it takes, until we see our goals through. Instead of nothing changing, I wish to see everything changing, along with myself.
Oops, sorry, Nanako. Could you put the knife down for a second?
Okay.
I ensure that Nanako has put down the knife before I answer my phone. I didn't have to look at the screen to know who was calling.
Hello? Is this Yosuke?
Like you don't know. Listen, about yesterday.
I thought this was coming.
Yosuke rushes on, as if irritated that we have to have this conversation over the phone, but I managed to calm him down. It's funny that he's getting so excited over this, but I'm glad he managed to wait the whole night before calling me.
Yosuke, do you remember the Moonlight Bridge? The one from our class trip?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. I used to be a city boy too, remember? Hey, were you checking out the Kitty Joe group online?
Receptive as always. Now that's my partner. When I went back to my room last night, I'd spent as much time as I could searching for information about the Kirijo group online before I fell asleep. Of course, there wasn't anything about an organization involving Labrys or Aiga-san, but the little I did find was better than nothing. Yosuke asked me if I plan to go back on my word to Mitsuru-san and the others. I did say that we ought to trust them to solve this mystery, but I never said we should let them do it alone. There we go. After all, the person behind everything may be after us. On top of that, they were using others in horrific ways.
You can't back down from this, right?
Yeah, I mean, you killed God or whatever.
Now you're talking, partner.
Yosuke and I continue to talk. We know that we're getting closer and closer to a battle with an enemy we haven't even seen yet. Well, I mean, if you watch the intro, there's very clearly someone who hasn't shown up yet that's probably the guy. There's only one thought in my mind. No matter what kind of hardships await us on our path, we will continue to fight on. As long as we have friends that will walk the path alongside us. Nanako watches me talk on my cell phone and smiles.
You seem excited, big bro.
I smile back at her innocent face before making a confident declaration.
The investigation team is back in action.
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, nothing. What investigation? Okay, so now we can do the Persona 3 ones, but we will do all the Persona 4 ones first, with the exception of Naoto. But we'll go through those again in order. Then we'll do the Persona 3 stuff, then we probably unlock Naoto, then we unlock this, and there's also this little middle thing. And I still don't know what the hell this is. Is this just like a retelling of Persona 4 in this format? I don't really know what this is, if I'm being honest. Oh my god, it's so fucking long. Holy shit. What the hell? What? Are you out of your damn mind? Now this says clear in red text. This says clear in not red text. That does make me wonder if maybe there are like a branch or something from those dialogue options. Or if they just have like different... like little... I don't know. We don't really have time to check it in this video, but maybe we'll briefly investigate. We only have the one bookmark. I don't know. We'll see. Because it does say clear, but it doesn't have a red clear. And red clear seems more definitive. It's like, I don't know if that's just referring to the fact that there's different like little like dialogue changes based on the choices, or if there actually is like a whole like different branch, kind of like what Kanji or Yukiko had or something like that. But alright, we're going to call it for here though. And next time we will maybe check that out, or also just move on with the cliffhangers for the rest of the crew. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye guys.